What's up, barbecue crew? Welcome back to Outdoors with Geoff. Today I'm going to be making what I call my personal best of both worlds kebab. I've often said that, in my opinion, the thigh is the most flavorful part of the bird. Secondly, I love a nice hot Hillshire Farms sausage. Goes great with a lot of things, and it's also great by itself. So we're going to take those and we're going to get them onto some skewers, and we're going to season them with Heath Rowell's Cajun Creole garlic butter seasoning. And on a couple of them, we're going to get some Williamson Brother barbecue sauce on there. It's a great sauce out of Georgia here. You don't have to cut it with anything. It tastes like it almost has a little bit of apple cider vinegar in it, but really great sauce here. I'm going to be cooking on the Chargriller Wrangler today, and I'm going to light up a chimney of B&B Oak Lump Charcoal, and we're going to set up for 2-zone cooking. So one side is going to be the hot direct side, where our coals are going to be. The other half is going to be indirect heat. So we're going to get a little bit of color on it first, then we're going to let them cook and come up to temperature. But enough talking, let's get to the cook. So I'm starting with 3 lengths of Hillshire Farm Hot Sausage, and I'm just cutting them into skewer-sized portions. And you can see here I'm going ahead and getting them into a bowl, and I'm going to come back with a little bit of oil as a binder, and I'm going to go ahead and mix that up just to get that coated. And I'm going to come back here with a good heavy dose of the Heath Rowell's Cajun Creole garlic butter seasoning and get a good amount on there, and just going to mix these up so that we get those nice and covered and get flavor across every one of them. Here I'm going ahead and I'm trimming up the chicken thighs, getting off some of that excess fat. And after that was done with all of them, I just took them and kind of rolled them, and we're going to cut them in half just to make them into skewer-sized portions. And again, coming back with the Heath Rowell seasoning, getting a good amount on there, and going to get a good mix on that as well. And here I'm just building the skewers, and you can go in any pattern you like. I typically like to alternate and just get the chicken thighs on there to where they're spread apart and they cook pretty evenly. And this skewer is complete. And this is what all of them look like afterward. And I let these rest for about 20 minutes. In the meantime, I got some maple wood chunks and a chunk of cherry wood into the Wrangler and got the grates on and kind of let that flare up so we could get some good clean smoke from it. And we were at about 425 here. We leveled out at about 400 degrees and let the grates heat up, and it was time to get the skewers on. Now at this point I'm gonna let these cook for 2 minutes on this side so we can get some great color. And 2 minutes are up, and you can see we got some great color from that direct heat. We're going to let these cook for another 2 minutes on this side. And 2 minutes are up. And again, we got some great color on the bottom side of those skewers. So at this point now, you can see we've got the color that we like, and we've got a nice bit of char and some extra flavor on there. We're gonna let these cook for about an hour. So an hour is up. And when temping these in a few pieces of the chicken, we're at about 162, 165 degrees. So at this point, I went ahead and I started to glaze these with the Williamson Brothers barbecue sauce, and I made sure to get a good coat on both sides and get that all nice and even. And we're just gonna let these run for about another 30 minutes. And after 30 minutes, we were at 185 degrees. So it's time to get these skewers off. And this is what we ended up with. All right, guys, another cook in the books. Let's have a quick recap of what we did. We started with some chicken thighs, some Hillshire Farm Hot Sausage, and we seasoned them with Heath Ryle's Cajun Creole garlic butter seasoning. And then we put them on the skewers, and we also lit a chimney of B&B Oak Lump Charcoal and got it on the Wrangler and got that up to about 400 degrees. We then took the skewers and put them on the hot side of the grill over direct heat and let them cook on both sides for about 2 minutes each. Then we moved the skewers to the indirect side and we let them cook until we started to get towards an internal of about 185 on the chicken thighs. And right before they hit that temperature, we glazed 2 of the skewers and let that tack up. And then we hit 185 degrees and here we are. So this smells wonderful, and you know, it doesn't always have to be pretty. This is gonna be some good eating, you know, and this is one of my things that I really used to like to make in the past because it's simple. I like meat. I'm sorry for the folks that don't have vegetables today, but we got some good chicken and we got some great sausage here. So the only thing left to do is to get a taste test. And I'm gonna start with this barbecue sausage first. Oh yeah. Now, despite all that going on, you can still pick up that seasoning in here. And this barbecue sauce is, if you're looking for a barbecue sauce and you're not in Georgia, I know this is a Georgia restaurant, but if you can find this, get it. It's a great sauce. It's kind of a tomato base, but it's thin. You don't have to cut it with anything. It tacks up nice and it's got a great flavor straight out of the jar. Let's go ahead and try this chicken too. Now that's where it's at. Pardon me. Now I always say the thigh is the most flavorful part of the bird, and that does it right there. Everything blends together well, and this is something that doesn't really take that long. We're really looking at about an hour and a half cook, and it's not real labor intensive. You can just get it off the smoker or get it off the direct heat and let that run and just check your temperatures and you'll be good to go. Really good here, and this is something that can, if you're doing a party or if you got friends over, or even if you want to do it for dinner and then pair it with some vegetables or something else, really good. I encourage you to try it, and this got a great overall flavor. But that's all I got, guys. Thank you for watching. Be sure and leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of the cook. All right, guys, thanks for watching this episode of Outdoors with Geoff. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications when more content comes out. And also check out these videos here on the channel as well.